Okay, today we are going to study the topic concept and importance of microeconomics. First, let us understand the concept of microeconomics. So, what is microeconomics? Microeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the behavior of individual economic unit, such as consumers, firms, uh, or a particular household or commodity or particular firm or industries. It focuses on how these individual economic unit make the decisions regarding the use of limited resources. So in simple words, microeconomics explains how the price are determined, how the goods and services are produced, and how the resources are allocated in the economy. And it is very important to understand the concept of microeconomics for analyzing the behavior of the individual economic units, such as behavior of the consumer or behavior of the market. So that the government can use the policies for developing the economy, right? By studying the microeconomics principle, we can get insight on how different factors influence the supply and demand. Okay, the definitions of microeconomics can be analyzed in three concepts. Basic overview is microeconomics focus on individual agent, individual price, individual wage, individual income, or individual industries, or particular household, or particular commodity. The major key concept is how the price is determined through market equilibrium through the interactions of the demand and supply. And it is applied in basically marketing, public policies or finance. So it is the major concept, or it is the major definition of the microeconomics. The concept can also be analyzed through supply and demand. It means the demand and supply determine the price and the optimum quantity in the market. And the market, there are different kind of market structures we analyze under the microeconomics, and different price elasticities uh, uh, existed in the market, on the basis of which we use the pricing policies, and we also analyze the marginal utility concept under the microeconomics. So the importance of microeconomics can be divided into five points. In short, we can use the mnemonics PRICE, price, right? To remember the importance of microeconomics, and these points are the major importance of microeconomics. The first one is price determination. It explains how the price of the goods and services are determined through market demand and supply forces. How the interactions of market demand and supply are used to determine the price under the different kind of market structure is analyzed under the microeconomics. So it is very important to determine, very important to understand the concept how the price is determined under the market, and how the various producers or consumers interact with each other under the free market economy to determine the price of the product. It is studied under the microeconomics. The first is price determination, and second one is resource allocation. How the resources are allocated to produce the goods and services. So ensuring that limited resources are used effectively. So resource allocation is also importance of microeconomics. And individual behavior, as I already said, the microeconomics deals with the individual economic unit. So it analyzes the individual behavior, how the individual make the decisions under the market. By studying microeconomic principles, business can tailor their product and marketing strategies to better meet the consumer demand, as the microeconomics deals with the individual behavior, and it major focus on the welfare of the consumer, maximizing the utility of the consumer. How the utility of the consumer is maximized is studied under microeconomics. And the fifth one is efficiency. How the efficiency can be gained. Efficiency means producing the output with limited resources. Basically, there are two types of efficiency: productive efficiency and allocative efficiency. We will study on other chapter. The major importance of microeconomics is how the efficiency can be gained, so that the minimum wastage there will be minimum wastage, and there will be maximum output is studied under the microeconomics. And in real life, the market microeconomics is used as a pricing strategies. The different forms use the microeconomics for determining the price of their product. And labor market, we also use the microeconomics in determining the price of the factors of productions under the labor market. Microeconomic theory helps in understanding the wage determination and employment level in the labor market. And we can also use public goods and externalities. Microeconomics is used for analyzing the issues regarding the public goods and externalities. And it is also a behavioral economics that explains the behavioral factor, the psychological factor of the consumer, so that optimal decisions can be taken by the firms to influence the behavior of the consumer. There is some challenges or criticism under the microeconomics, which can be assumptions and limitations. Microeconomics often relies on certain assumptions which may be different from the real life concept. Assumptions and limitations are the major limitations of the microeconomics or criticism. That is, the theories under the microeconomics is based on the assumptions which may be different from the real life situation. And there is some market failures in the microeconomics, which maybe arise from the monopolies or public goods or externalities. And there is some dynamic factor, like globalization, technological changes, that introduces the complexity in the microeconomics model. And subjectivity in the consumer behavior, we analyze the certain behavior of the consumer by incorporating the certain behavior of the consumer. However, the behavioral thing may vary as per the individual. It means different individuals have different behavior, so we cannot analyze by incorporating certain behavioral assumptions only. In the real life, the behavior of the consumer may be different from person to person, so it pose the challenges to the microeconomics. That is, consumer preference can be highly subjective and influenced by the various non-economic factors.